It all starts with Dylan Blake. He's a 6'2", senior, 4-year starter. He's the 4th leading three-point shooter in North Carolina. He's hit 313 threes in 3 years. He's got unlimited range, but he's not just a spot-up shooter, which is what people make the mistake of thinking. He can get to the rack, he can get to the rim and finish. He can play the point for me when he needs to. He's a great rebounder. His defense is extremely underrated because I have to tell him not to play D sometimes, you know.
Is that an effort to conserve energy?
Not only conserve energy, but also our depth has sometimes been lacking.
Dylan Blake, class of 2020, I play shooting guard. In my mind, I want to go to college and play. I don't really want to sit the bench.
Right.
However, it would be nice to go Division I. Most people would say I'm a shooter, and I mean, shooting is probably my best part of my game, but my favorite part about me is probably my rebounding. I actually average the most rebounds for our team down here. I'm just gonna play within the system. If you don't know me, hopefully you should after the game.
What is up, everybody? You're watching the Hoop State Network, and we are back for another episode of Hoop State Hype. I'm your host, Miles Mastrocola, and we're going to be breaking down the game, actually the performance of Dylan Blake. He's a guard at First Flight High School. He's a senior this year, and he is one of the most exciting players to watch in North Carolina. Dylan Blake is one of those kids that doesn't always look the part. And I've said this for a long time, you don't have to look the part to be the part. We've seen that happen time and time again. Dylan is kind of undersized. He's 6'1". He's a point guard, shooting guard, and he plays at a school at First Flight that runs a very unorthodox system. They shoot anywhere from 30 to 50 threes a game, as you see Dylan hit one right there from the volleyball line. But a lot of times when you see a kid that looks like Dylan, floppy hair, white kid, not exactly the most physically intimidating guy, he's going to be labeled as, oh, he's a shooter. And while Dylan is one of the elite shooters in the state of North Carolina, he's not limited and confined to that. The kid can do a bevy of things on the basketball court, is a producer in all aspects of the game, points, rebounds, assists, steals. He can operate off the dribble, as you see here, get to the basket. He really does a great job of getting to the free throw line. He's the guy that makes it go. He's got the keys to the car. And it gives First Flight an opportunity, as you see him get up for an athletic defensive play there. It gives First Flight an opportunity to overcome the talent mismatch by playing the numbers game. As you see him make a play for a teammate there who hits a three. They're loaded with shooters, and Dylan runs the team. He's a point guard by nature. He's someone that gets the other guys on his team involved. And in this game against Page High School, they lost, but he ended up putting up 39 points. And there's a lot of talk around the pros and cons of playing in an unorthodox system in high school. The pros would be, this gives Dylan an opportunity to show everyone what he can do. Is it a gimmick? And when you talk to college coaches about Dylan Blake, they feel like the offense is curtailed to make him succeed, but he has the ability to fit in any system. As we know, shooting translates. It establishes a brand for you as a player. His ability to score is unparalleled in Eastern North Carolina with the way that he does it, and the way he runs that First Flight offense is going to be really, really exciting. They have a few really big marquee matchups coming up at the Good Guys versus Cancer presented by Phenom Hoop Report and the Hoop State Network. They're going to be playing up against Word of God, which is going to be absolutely crazy. Word of God is loaded with talent. This is a team that possibly might overlook a team like First Flight. And that game's going to be live streamed on the Hoop State Network, as well as their game against Kinston. And Kinston is probably, I think it's safe to say, the best team in Eastern North Carolina this season, along with them in Farmville Central. But First Flight, like we said, they play the style that can really equalize when it comes to talent and size. Because if they can get going from three, look out. We appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and